Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner. We have an Amateur Hour Monday with playoffs to talk about. I'm so excited for that. And we also have some Babe Ruth and Legion playoffs and things like that. The moral of the show is...
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Yeah, sorry, Coach Mora. We're talking about playoffs yet again. But before we talk about playoffs, we need to talk about something that's even better than the thrill of a playoff victory, and that is the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Did you know you could win a $100 gift card? All you have to do is tell the Pizza Ranch how much fun you had the last time you went to the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Tell them about your recent visit by clicking on the link on their Facebook page, and you are entered in for a chance to win a $100 gift card to the Pizza Ranch. You get free Pizza Ranch by talking about how much you love Pizza Ranch. It's that simple. No giveaway. You don't have to interact with anything. All you have to do is just go to the Pizza Ranch Facebook page, click on the link, pizzaranchfeedback.com is the website to go to, and take the survey. And in return, you have a chance to enter and win $100 of Pizza Ranch. That's awesome. And not only that, well, you get the free $100. That means you can have that money that you were going to spend on the buffet, and now all of a sudden you can use it on the FunZone Arcade and have all the fun that the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade has to offer. I was just talking with owner Zach last week, and some of the great stuff that they have at the FunZone Arcade: mystery autographed jerseys and helmets. And they also, by the way, have an Anthony Edwards signed basketball, which is so cool. But he also talked about the different trading cards you could win, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, or Pokemon cards. They have all of that and more at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. It's a great place to go and spend Monday. By the way, Mondays, half-price play Mondays at the FunZone Arcade. It's a great place to be, the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. All right, here we go. It's an Amateur Hour Monday, and before we talk a little Amateur Hour playoffs, we need to discuss some postseason action going on across just multiple levels. This is like Babe Ruth and Legion tournament season as well, with a whole bunch going on. It was the 16U Babe Ruth state tournament that was taking place over the weekend in New York Mills and Perham and places like that. And we got some things that we want to share with you with what's been going on across central Minnesota with that. So this is courtesy of the Sports Cow Facebook page, and we are sharing a post here from Jenny Hobb Photography with the state tourney recap. In Babe Ruth 16U, Sebeka ended up finishing with a second place finish in the state tournament. Look at these guys. They had a great turnout there for Sebeka Trojan 16U Babe Ruth making the state tournament. Congratulations to them. Not only that, but Menahga got a third place finish in state with what they were able to do, which is awesome as well. And talking a little more baseball in the 2025 Division 14 AA, Babe Ruth 14U in this tournament, or maybe it's not Babe Ruth, doesn't really matter. The point is, it's baseball, it's a state tournament. Down in the Twin Cities, Pillager facing off against teams like Eden Prairie, St. Michael Albertville, New London, Dassel Cokato. They finished third place in state for the 14U baseball tournament down in the cities. That's such an awesome accomplishment. Congratulations to the Pillager Huskies there. And not only that, we also have a state champion in 14U for the state softball. I'm not sure if it's Legion, not sure kind of what the affiliation is here, but it's a state tournament. We know how important those can be. And this is courtesy of Panther Boosters on Facebook. 14U state champs for the Parkers Prairie Pink Panthers went 5-0 on the weekend, facing off against Mankato, New Richmond, Eden Valley Watkins, and Osseo Maple Grove 9-3, and then beating DGF 11-3. And not only that, they got escorted back into town last night with a little, parade brought to you by the fire department in Parkers Prairie. What a really cool achievement, not only to go down and compete at that state softball tournament in the summer, but also to get to take home that 14U title and face a lot of great competition in the process and go undefeated and get to bring that home. Plus, Pink Panthers is just a great summer league softball nickname for your squad. Congratulations to Parkers Prairie softball on this one. You've definitely earned that accomplishment. All right, let's talk a little amateur baseball. It is a Monday, which means we got to break down amateur hour, and the theme of playoffs continues.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Before we get to playoffs, though, we do need to talk about a couple games over the weekend that did not happen in postseason action. A few regular season games to wrap up, one of which was Nimrod beating Midway 5-4. That game took place in Menahga. It was a battle for not only the 2025 Lake and Pine League title, but also to represent the league as the 1 seed in the Region 4C playoffs starting next weekend. So Clay Erickson on the mound for Nimrod. He set the tone from the beginning, 6 shutout innings in the dub for the Nats. The Snowbirds do score 4 in the 9th inning, but just couldn't quite finish off that rally to beat Nimrod. But not only, again, does Nimrod claim that 2025 title, they're the 1 seed going into playoffs next weekend for their respective league.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
All right, now back into playoffs here in Region 11C. Henning beats Kensington 10-3. Deer Creek topping Dent 9-0, of course, with the forfeit on that one. Clarissa and Long Prairie, a 15-inning marathon game. Jalen Hinsman scores on a pass ball in the bottom of the 15th inning in a marathon game that took plenty of twists and turns. Ryan Rydell, Kobe Hinsman split pitching duties on the mound for the Flyers. Props to Predators starting pitcher Eric Heinenkamp, who threw the first 12 innings of the game to keep Long Prairie in it with a gutsy performance. Had to throw like 140 pitches in that one. Just a really great effort by him. And really, I think both those teams had a fun game. It was awesome to be a part of. It was great. But the real MVPs, I think, have to be the citizens of Deer Creek, who were patiently waiting for the game to finish so they could set off the annual Deer Trail Days fireworks on Friday night. Supposed to happen around like 10:30, didn't happen until 11:30. So you know what? Thank you. You guys were great sports because not everybody would be. So props to you guys, people of Deer Creek. Ashby beats Vergas 15-2. And of course, double elimination all the way throughout. So we have more games coming up Saturday and Sunday here. Like this one, New York Mills beats Henning 10-3. Darren Gaudette goes deep twice for the Millers, launches them into the next weekend of playoff baseball. Sox Center beats Deer Creek 5-3. Burbank over Clarissa 7-2 as Carter Simonson goes 8 strong with no earned runs in the victory for the Bombers. Joe Snazza goes yard with a 3-run home run to break the game open in the middle innings. Perham beats Ashby 10-4. The game was originally scheduled to play in Deer Creek. Bit of a miscommunication between Ashby and Perham. Instead, they play in Mattsfield in Perham. And a 6-run second inning led the way for the Pirates to advance into the next weekend of baseball. Maddox Kovash paced the team with a double and 3 RBI on the afternoon. Sunday, July 27th. Now this is the win or go home section of baseball. Before we do that, got a couple regular season games to finish up. Midway at Holly, that got canceled due to weather. Ada blanked to Detroit Lakes 10-0. Now all those teams are getting ready for their playoffs next week. Back to Region 11C. This is elimination games now. Ashby beats Kensington 11-1. A's get the victory. They keep their season alive. They go into next weekend. Congrats to the Kensington Norsemen on their 2025 season. Clarissa tops Dent 9-0. Technically, it's a forfeit. Clarissa moves on to the next weekend of playoff action. Congrats to the Diamond Hawks on their season. Deer Creek beats Long Prairie 8-3 as Matt Stagey singles 3 times and also scores 3 times to pace the Shocker lineup. Travis George picks up the win on the mound, and the Shockers go into weekend number 2 of Region 11C play. Congrats to the Long Prairie Predators on their season. A nice team with a lot of young talent that certainly in a few years will be a force in this Region 11C. Henning beats Vergas 4-2 as they advance to the next weekend. And congrats again to the Vergas Loons on the completion of their 2025 season. You can go online to WadenaRadio.com, Superstation K106 mobile app, or find Sports Cow on Facebook to find the full breakdown of the playoff action, along with playoff brackets, not just for Region 11C, but also Region 4C and Region 5B. And Region 5B includes your Bluffton Braves. They're going to host at Terry Geiser Field in Bluffton starting next weekend. Region 4C will take place in Detroit Lakes at historic Washington Park. That enough playoff action for you yet?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Because next weekend, it's a full playoff gauntlet with weekend number 2 in Region 11C, and then, of course, Regions 5B and 4C getting going. I am so excited to get ready for Friday's show, and then, of course, to recap it again next Monday. Oh, my gosh, we're doing it, people. We're getting into the thick of things, and then, of course, state tournament, amateur baseball, not too far away either. And remember, Amateur Hour Town Ball Tour 2025 will be making some playoff stops coming up in the near future. When we have those dates locked down, we will put them out on Amateur Hour. So that means you got to follow Sports Cow on Facebook. That's where we post the articles. You listen right here on the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. We'll fill you in there. You also can listen on the Superstation K106 every Monday and Friday at 3:55, where we give you the Amateur Hour updates. Thanks for joining me. I'm CJ Baumgartner, and this is Amateur Hour on the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. See you next time.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.